Let yourself go ahead and go into your grounding. And to start with, if your feet are on the ground, or even if you're seated in a position or laying in a position that you can become aware of your feet, let all of your focus go into the arches of your feet, the ball of your foot. This is known as the bubbling springs point. It is a meridian point, and it is a very special energetic center within our feet that allows us to feel the current of energy that's flowing through us through our connection to Earth Mother as we are standing on her. But it's not just a physical connection. This is the energy streams. These are the magnetic ley lines. These are all of her auric and energy bodies. And it's a bubbling spring because it's such a radiant energy coming up underneath your feet that it feels almost as though it tickles, as if your feet were standing in this alive stream of energy. And it just has a sense of joy to it, of a heightened and enlightened energy to it. So allow that to just amplify in your feet. Feel yourself as if that is the pool of energy that you are immersed in right now. And keep holding that focus as you allow another part of your attention to go into your pineal gland and become aware of your Merkaba star. And just with a breath, send that down to the heart of the earth through that bubbling spring all the way down into the heart of the earth, and let it just connect with the womb of Mother. But as you connect with the womb of Mother today, it is more as an adult today. That you honor that creative energy in her, because now she is a mirror for you. That today we step into not only honoring the Mother, but in so many ways stepping into the essence of now becoming the Mother. So honor as an adult that divine feminine to the divine feminine within that womb of all creation that holds within it the pearlescent essence of all that plasma flow of pure creation right at the core of her heart, that internal sun that is glowing right inside of her, that is nurturing, nourishing, and lighting all the inner earth beings. Just connect with that plasma field as you breathe that up and feel the aurora colors moving up and creating your platform disc underneath you today, that there's a sense of pure reverence, unconditional love, that there is a sense of I see you and you see me. And with a breath, breathe that energy up around you, encasing your entire physical form all the way in a radius around you, up above you. And then on the next breath, taking that Merkaba star and ascending it up out of the atmosphere, through the star, out through the planetary systems, and intend for it to anchor into the core of all creation, into the original plasma field of all that has created this 15-dimensional time matrix, and allow yourself just to anchor into the founder field, tones, frequencies, sounds, colors. Imagining the heartbeat and the sound of the universe pulsing with such a magnitude that this is the energy that we're going to be anchoring into more and more within next month as we heal all of the father wounds. And so now as we start to connect with it, we are connecting with it now as an adult and a mature female, feminine energy, mother of creation energy. And on that next breath, breathing that liquid plasma down through your consent and inner authority, you breathe that plasma field down into the crown of your head and all around you, liquefying you like a stream, like a river flowing through your spinal column all the way down. And imagine yourself just completely fortified and sealed into a radiant container of this plasma field of light around you. Imagine it spinning, imagine it flowing, the colors, the radiance. From this space, we will command our sovereignty and our declaration of intention. As you speak these words, speak them into your plasma container, that you actually are programming your plasma field, your plasma container around you, so that it holds your codes, your charge, your command for your reality, your dream that you are dreaming into reality, that within your auric field, within your light body field around you, that you can actually speak into it exactly what it is that you are commanding for your reality, who you do or do not choose to have in your field. So as we speak our declaration of intention today, speak it out and speak it as law into your plasma field around you, so that it holds this law around you, your declaration around you, that no matter where you go, no matter where you travel, be it physically or through consciousness, you are protected, you are upholding your sovereignty, and you are your divine essence fully in radiance with this divine light within you. And our declaration of intention, we declare from the core of our heart our intention to serve our source. We align ourselves fully and completely to the heart of the one infinite creator. We dedicate this life to being our true heart song across all the cosmos. We surrender our ego now to be in service to the law of one mission, a first cause light as a pillar of light. In the light of truth, we declare and intend, I am that I am. And now the guardians are actually inviting each of us, and I'm going to read the declaration of intention one more time in the first person. If you can say it out loud in the space where you are, please do, or say it aloud in your head. I declare from the core of my heart, my intention to serve my source. I align myself fully and completely to the heart of the one infinite creator. I dedicate this life to being my true heart song across all the cosmos. I surrender my ego now to be in service to the law of one mission, a first cause light as a pillar of light. In the light of truth, I declare and intend, I am that I am. I am a soul sovereign being, and so it is. Taking a deep breath. And as you exhale that breath, commanding to your higher self, I command that all words that I have declared through my declaration of intention be sealed and locked into my plasma pillar of light around me, that only that which radiates within the alignment of my declaration has permission to infiltrate my field or be a part of my reality. I command my sovereignty now, and so it is. So before we go into the PowerPoint, bring your awareness into your tailbone. Hold the attention of your tailbone and the bottoms of your feet, your bubbling springs, simultaneously. Keep both points focused in the same 0 point for 3 breaths. Anchor in the energy of the bubbling spring into the tip of your tailbone. Notice that it's not liquid, but it's a hot plasma light that nurtures and awakens the snake that sleeps at the tip of your tailbone. Imagining the snake awakening at the tip of your tailbone as it has the permission to stretch out, to begin to move, to begin to awaken, to begin to light its fire from within, breathing the plasma fire with its own breath. And allow that flame and that fire to purify the base of your tailbone. That in the purifying of the base of your tailbone, I want you just to notice for a moment that seed, that donated seed cell from your mother. That it is a cyclical kind of event that each breath you take, it seems to dissolve it a little bit more and a little bit more, that there are different radiances to it. There's always a holographic essence to it, but in this moment that we are bathing it and washing it and transmuting it now into just pure divine energy, no identity, no ego, and no connection to another sentient being. Now it is just the pure radiant seed cell of Divine Mother, the plasma field that is coming and directing straight from the morphogenetic field, the field of Mother, the Divine Mother, the Cosmic Mother. That has always been the seed of your creation. Your body has always been built upon this template, and you, for all of your dedication in this journey of initiation, you have stepped through the fire. You have taken the steps in order to transmute all of the lower based energies off of it so that it can be its pure radiance, and just honoring how beautiful it is. Unconditional beauty, love, compassion, radiance, essence. Like a mesmerizing plasma field or star that you could stare at into eternity and always just feel the unconditional love coming from it. And as you breathe that up, notice how calm, grounded, and secure your first root chakra feels, as though you have, for the first time in your life, a sense of it's okay to be me. I am who I am. I belong in this very now moment. And take that beautiful flame and just breathe it up into your second chakra, pulsing it with all of that creativity. And now that childlike creativity, that joy, that excitement, that imagination is filtered in with this new sense of calm. And allow that plasma to just settle all the way through. And as it settles into that space, just notice how beautiful the calming of that whole area is. And if you still need to surrender into that area, if there's still any residue in there, just gently love it, almost imagining that it's just flushing down. All that you've been holding for all of these lifetimes, that it just gets to flush away. And that pure, mesmerizing wonder of staring at that beautiful plasma field star and seeing the imagination of it. It's that childlike wonder, but with a new level of calm and maturity embedded within it. Nothing to do, nothing has to be done. There is so much happening just in the moment of that connection of noticing, being in the now moment. And then breathe that up all the way into the third chakra, that warrior center, that identity ego center, that place that has been holding your name for this entire lifetime. And all the weight that has been carried in you having to live up to your name, to who you are, to the image that you've created, to the life that you are, who you think you should be. And all of your belief systems around that, and all the levels of control around that, and all the levels of surrender you can step into with it. And just imagine that for this moment, that in this lifetime you took on this identity, but you know you are so much more. And in this moment, take your identity and let it just go. Let it melt away into that plasma field. Be brand new right now. Look at that beautiful radiant star with no name, with no gender, as pure essence, as pure soul. Be in the womb of no thing, that 0 point field, observing all that is as it observes you, as pure, infinite possibility. Notice that level of either ease or dis-ease of setting your name down, putting your identity down. And in your name and in your identity, that's everything your name is attached to. That's every contract that you've ever written, every house title you've ever signed, every car title you've ever signed, every driver's license agreement you've ever signed, every bank account you've ever signed, all of it. All of that's tied to your identity, not just your name. Everything you've signed on the dotted line for in this incarnation that you have made a soul contract with. Let it go for a moment. You in this moment are stepping into a new spiritual adulthood, and it is the moment where you get to choose that every place you've ever signed on the dotted line, you know you've never signed with full conscious awareness of what you've been signing over. Now is your moment to reclaim your soul from every contract that you have ever written or signed or agreed to. Throw them all. Be pure, infinite possibility. Can you let go of this human life for a moment? And really ask yourself, if you floated back into your human life and it was brand new, how attached to you are the things that you have around you? From this center, bringing in the pure divine mother that creates for the love of creating, not for the love of attachment, not for the love of holding on, not for the love of keeping it or needing it to belong to one or to even have to sign our name to it. The mother creates for the love of creating. And then she lets her creations go so they can grow. Feel yourself, let yourself go in this moment so that you can be more. And now bring yourself up and allow yourself from a pure state of essence to come into your heart. And anchor into your heart. I'm going to share the screen, but anchor into your heart. And as you anchor into your heart, fully and completely allowing yourself to sit there in this calm, this peace, this void. That as we go through this initiation today, that we are stepping forward as a pure womb of creation. As now we heal the mother, we become the mother. That in this state of adulthood, it's our embodiment of our spiritual adulthood, our spirituality, about becoming the mother, the adult, the foundation, and the womb for others. It's the magnetic energy of creation where the seeds of inspiration and creation gets embedded into it so that it can come into possibility. It's about receiving and creating in harmony with the all, within harmony with the law of one, within harmony with the 12 responsibilities of mastery. It is where we take full responsibility, knowing our ripple of effect with everything we do. And that our last initiation, when we walked through the fire, that we took that responsibility. We made the declaration and an agreement to be responsible for every single radiance and frequency that ever left our energetic field. That we know now without a doubt that there's really two polarities that we're feeding into. One or the other is either going to be within the law of one, of the connection of all and the divine, or that we are feeding parasitic or vampiric energy on the planet. And so now we know through our awareness and through our responsibility that we are making the choice in every single breath, every single moment, who we're choosing to be. And that in this initiation today, that we have the opportunity to be stepping into our avatar identity. That this is going to open up to us through our heart center the connection to the fourth harmonic universe with our avatar identity. This is the Christos identity, the Christ light. That this gives us that opportunity to step into it, but knowing that it may take many of us cycles of moving through these energies and stepping into responsibilities and constantly moving the fluid and the liquid and the plasma through us in order to keep emptying out all of the reservoirs of the past, all the reservoirs of karma, debt, miasma, anything that we've been holding with shadow. As we continually disperse all of that, we are literally awakening ourselves within to the Christic light within us. The earth body is doing this initiation with us at this very time. There is no mistake at all that we went through this journey together to come into this initiation today, opening up into the sixth sun, this new epoch on the earth of a new level of spirituality and awakening for humanity. That this is not just a few people going through this, that we are definitely the path cutters and those that are setting an example for others, because we're stepping into that responsibility. But that we can see amongst all of humanity on the planet that there is a awakening, a sense of grogginess and questioning and wondering what's going on. And this is where becoming the pillar of first cause light becomes such a profound gift to those around you, because those that are groggy and waking up and wondering what's going on in this world, wait a minute, something's different. You get to be that lending hand, that open heart. And that open heart comes from a place of holding the responsibility within yourself and being a neutral, compassionate witness that is non-judgmental. So as we do this, we're stepping into really activating on a really high level our fourth chakra. But this time, as we're doing our fourth chakra, we're actually also integrating this with the fourth harmonic universe. Again, the Christ light energy, the Christos energy, the 12-stranded DNA, and that plasma field. So this is our gateway for true forgiveness. And if we could understand forgiveness, that true forgiveness can only happen if our heart chakra is functioning correctly. In many of our ancestral teachings, this is a root foundational teaching that unless you have completely purified and cleared your base 3 chakras and fully opened up and activated your heart chakra, true divine forgiveness, unconditional forgiveness cannot truly happen. That we actually have to activate our fourth chakra, our heart chakra, fully and completely in order for this to happen. Part of the amazing aspects of this too is when we work with something like our microcosmic orbit, which is how we move our energy through our body to activate it. We know that in the lower levels, it works with the lower 3 chakras. The middle is, there's a middle dantian within our body. It happens between our solar plexus and our diaphragm. So when we're doing our breathing, we're actually activating our middle dantian. So our first dantian within some of the Middle East, or not Middle East, but the Chinese teachings, and that those sort of teachings is that our dantian is just below our belly button. And when we activate this, this is our cauldron. It's building our fire. It's building everything within us. And as we build that fire within us, it comes up. But in every single aspect, when you learn ascension mechanics, there is a barrier between the 3rd chakra and the 4th chakra. There's not a clean flow between them. There's actually like a barrier or an in-between realm between the 2 chakras that you have to transcend. And this would be in the microcosmic orbit, the middle dantian. And as you activate that through the breath, you actually transcend the parallel realm between them in order to get into the upper dantian areas, which is actually moving past the heart and all the way up into your upper chakras, most specifically your pineal gland. Now, this is very high alchemical work, that when you start to move that energy up and activate within your pineal gland, the synchronicity of this flow of your plasma field and energy within you, what you're actually doing is activating what is called the crystal palace, or the Amrita fluid, or the Christed or the Christed anointed oil. That your pineal gland has a secretion within it that is called the white light. In Tibetan Buddhism, this is called the white light. And that when you activate the white light, you feel it physically in your body. It feels like a liquid fluid is draining down the back of your throat and enters into your throat. This is the anointed oil of Christ. That as that activates within you, it moves down your central column now that you've activated everything, and it joins up with the fire, the red light that is coming from your Kundalini energy. And now your white light and your red light are intermingling their fluids together. And this is where you create the crystal palace, the crystal waters within your body. So the crystal waters are the Christed light. It moves like water through you, but it also has been described as 1,000 shining crystals. So you can just see that it's a plasma field of light that is radiating through you. And as it moves through a wave throughout you, what it is doing is burning out every past incarnation, debt, karma, anything that you have been holding within you at any level. What it's doing is burning out all of the lower density levels in order for you to activate fully and completely the full initiation into your Christed avatar God self in the fourth harmonic universe. In the original design of our body template, this was meant to happen at age 33. That we have cyclical years in which we activate to different things. So knowing that this initiation would potentially go within the year 33, but most of us never get to activate at this level by that age. So just to know that this can happen at any time within your incarnational lifespan, but this is something that as we evolve humanity, our young people, these amazing people that we are sitting with who are 8, 9, 10 years old doing these amazing meditations with, are going to have the opportunity to start stepping into moving through these initiations within quicker timelines on this planet. So you and I are sitting here creating the foundation for that. Again, we're awakening the memories of our ancestors and of our body template to remember how to open ourselves up to this. So our fourth chakra holds the true gateway of forgiveness. Forgiveness means letting it all go, never holding on to the past. And I got told something really beautiful today, that in many of the Native American traditions, that in order to do the rain dance or in order to do the sacred dances, that you could not come into the circle to do the dance unless you were completely in a clear and neutral space, that if you had any grievances with anyone, you had to stand outside the circle until you could find a complete, true, honest level of forgiveness and completely come in as the 0 point, as the void into it, so you could do the dance from your true essence as your higher self within it. So just to understand the importance of forgiveness. Forgiveness literally unhinges us. Another word for forgiveness is a word that we use, or it's a phrase actually that we use all the time. Forgiveness is right hand in hand with being the neutral, compassionate witness. When our fourth chakra is perfectly open and functioning, it's love, it's unconditional love. It's pure love for another. It's not intimate love. It's not connection love in the sense that we would think of love. This is the kind of love that loves because it loves. This is the kind of love that a flower gives the sunshine when it reaches for its light, and the sun gives the flower as it shares its rays to it. This is the love that nature has in its essence of growing. This is the love of just purely being. This is even the love of an animal in the wild that is hunting another animal. It is in a state of pure, divine, natural love. This is love that is pure, that is organic, that is infinite, that is non-judgmental. It has no attachment. It is just love. Feel that for a moment, the essence of just pure love, love that needs nothing in return or to give anything. It just is. It's just that state. Pick something in your house right now that you can think of that just lights you up, that you love. Maybe it's a flower, a plant, something that when you see it, it's a crystal, whatever it is, that it's just pure love. There's nothing that it gives you other than just pure enjoyment and love. That our fourth chakra is all about hope, compassion, intimacy, the ability to surrender to another person. This is where we become so vulnerable that we can open our heart up fully and completely to the point where love is all that we are. And in that infinite field, there is this whole awareness that love cannot be taken from or added to, in the sense that it can't be hurt. So regardless of what another person is doing around us, if we are holding unconditional love, their actions don't change our state of being. We are pure love, and nothing can destroy love. Our only way for love to disintegrate or go down is if we have a limiting belief that starts to buy into the stuff around us. But as long as we can hold that solid, pure, natural love, we are in the womb of mother. We are in the 0 point field within that energy, and nothing has the ability to affect our reality, our internal landscape, when we hold that vibration. Does the material world change around us? Yes, it does, because we live in a physical material reality. So holding infinite love doesn't mean that doesn't mean like we might have something to deal with our car or our house or our family or something. Sure. But when we hold unconditional love, none of it sways our emotions inside around it. We just go with the flow. We continue on with it. We don't imagine that everything that's happened to us is, oh my God, something's just destroyed my reality and I have to deal with this. This is so horrible. Nothing's horrible. We understand that this is a reality of change, that there's always going to be things that create challenges for us that we get to experience and grow and to express love within. So this is an amazing area for us to begin to understand how can much more. And again, to our higher self, and say this to your higher self, I command to be in a state of love more and more every day. I command to see with the eyes of love, to see with the eyes of being a neutral, compassionate witness, and to experience my reality around me from true, unconditional, unbiased love. I command this now, and so it is. When we have any imbalances within our fourth chakra, many times this manifests for us in a need to cling or hang on to things. So we may hoard things, need things, may find value in material things, status, labels, diplomas, degrees, all that kind of thing. It creates validation for many people, the titles that they have after their name. If this is out of balance, it many times disrupts the circulatory system. This is involved with the circulatory system, the heart, the lungs, breathing in, breast, and the immune system. So when any of these are out of balance, that we know on a spiritual level, as we step into our higher understanding, that we know that if there's anything out of balance in our body, the first thing we would ever want to check is what is out of balance within our spiritual body, our light body, or our morphogenetic fields around us, that we know that the blueprint always is in the field before it manifests in the physical reality. So the heart is the key to this realm. It is absolutely everything. It helps us to purify the lower chakras as it opens up and we stand within it. It creates an essence and a flow that can house all the elixirs and mixtures of our plasma fields within us, right here within our heart, and then we can direct them from our heart into any systems in our body, into any aspects of our light body. That our heart is our true kind of central navigation place within our physical form, and that from here we can direct any of the fluids and the activities within our pineal gland. We can manage our lower chakras. We can manage our kundalini energy. Our heart center is the central command center that helps us to manage everything. So everything is actually filtering through a love-based field in how we're doing it. Because imagine how even if your kundalini got super activated and out of control, it could be like a flame in a fire and go completely haywire. Some people have a hard time mentally processing things or even physically processing things. So when your heart is the command center, your heart helps to, the word neutralize is coming in, but your heart helps to neutralize the energy into a sense that helps to maximize its effect of directing it to its next station and where it connects with other energy and allows its full function to come into fruition within our body. So just know that the heart is the key to this realm. It helps us purify. It helps us express true forgiveness of being the neutral, compassionate witness. The guardians say, and this has come through so many times in so many languages, in anything that you probably have read, sensed, or gotten from your meditations or your connections with your higher self or your guides, in all things, they say, in all things, do them with love. We know that when we're not being in love, which is holding all of these energies of the heart virtues of appreciation and courage and foundation, humility, understanding, and valor, that we could have negative attributes. So if there's any levels of resentment, selfishness, grief, loneliness, abandonment, or betrayal that we are holding, we can know that we need to put some time and energy and love into our heart chakra. And just a reminder from last week that the Kundalini holds our frequencies. So it's really holding the first 9 layers of the spectrum, the first 9 layers of the spectrum of frequency. So basically the first 9 dimensions. And so it could be called the Kundalini currents. So that is housed right within us. But as we take it up into our heart and we can move it, when we can actually activate the Amrita fluid within our pineal gland, we can find that it starts to allow a new fusion of energy to come into being, which now allows it to become open to the next levels and spectrums of light of 10, 11, and 12, and even being able to move them progressively above that into 13, 14, 15, up into the 5th harmonic universe. So as we realize how much potential our body has, take some nice deep breaths now as you come back into your awareness of what you have truly made the declaration and intention to be. And ask your higher self, is this right for me at this time in my life? Am I ready to make this declaration of stepping into the crystal waters of the 4th initiation? Know that whatever answer you get, that it's correct for this moment, and that we take everything at the pace that is correct for us. And if some need to spend more time in the 1st initiation, the 2nd initiation, or even the 3rd initiation, that is with love. That is a wonderful thing. That is such an honor to be able to spend more time in that energy. But as you sit here now, truly, truly, as an adult, knowing that this is a new level of contract, if you will, that you would be signing. This is a contract with your higher self. This is a contract to be mindful and responsible with your energy. This is an agreement to fully and completely take full responsibility for every manifestation and creation that manifests in your reality that you have created. This is an acknowledgement of the honor, yet the weight of what true responsibility is, that everything that's birthed into manifest created reality has potential ramifications, that it has ripples of effect through future timelines. That you know that you could go into a crowd of people and that you as a spiritual adult could play the game and start smiling. And you know that your smile can be so infectious to the point that as you smile, you could start to see other people smiling around you. You have made a choice to put into creation joy, happiness, peace, smiles, recognition. And as you put that out into the universe, you know that that is making a ripple effect, and you don't know how far that ripple is going to go. So in this moment, acknowledging in this very I am present moment of now, to my higher self, am I ready to fully stand in my full divine adult spiritual essence? And as you hold yourself within the space, if you got the answer yes, just bring yourself into your center now as we prepare to step into the crystal waters. Taking a deep breath from your tailbone. Breathing it all the way up into your pineal gland. Awakening the light inside of you. In this very I am present moment of now, we stand here in this precipice of time as fully mature spiritual beings, stepping forth to be the next line of true creators in reality. We are here now standing in our true divinity, acknowledging from the core of our heart that we take the badge of honor to stand in our responsibility, to stand in our truth, to stand behind all of our creations, and to do what is right within the divine love and the divine law of one and the divine love of infinite creation. That we know in this very I am present moment of now that everything that we create, we are commanding that it be in unison and in harmony with the creation of all of the divine essence of living light within all of the universe. That in this very I am present moment of now, that as we stand before this very initiation, that I ask each and every one of you to grab my hand as we are being invited to take a flight now to the temple of the heavens. And as we take flight now, noticing yourself flying and leaving and elevating out of your physical form and into your spiritual light body. And as you fly, we reach this beautiful crystalline palace and temple. Stand there now, stand in it now. Notice that all around it are the divine dragon mothers, all around the divine dragon mothers of all creation. That each of these dragons is actually an image of a dragon, is holding this perception, but it is plasma fields of pure infinite consciousness that has been radiating out and creating and birthing all of this universe. And we stand there now with the prime mothers, the prime creators of all of this universe, as we bow our heads with great honor and love in our heart to be joined again with this infinite spectrum and frequency of light. We command from my higher self, I am that I am. I am a soul sovereign being, birthed from the soul fields of all creation. I was birthed with purpose to enter into the realms of density in order to be a radiant light of love and of infinite creation, holding within me the spectrum of full light that could inspire and awaken within all densities that I existed, the infinite love and the reminder and the remembrance of the Divine Mother within me. I stand here now in this very moment and commanding to your higher self, say to your higher self, activate now within me all of the codes and frequencies that have been dormant within my DNA strands and within my light body codes that are holding all essence and agreement of my spiritual adulthood and maturity so that I may stand into my full responsibility now as a galactic citizen and as a universal creator in service to the law of one mission and the divine source and creation of all that is. Take a deep breath. I acknowledge that I entered into this density in order to infuse and awaken in all that I meet, in all places that I stand, and in all things that I set my intention upon, the living light and living codes of divine creation. I acknowledge that the earth is a living library holding the multitude of information of all of divine creation and the cosmos. It holds all of the libraries of information of all of our star nations, all of our star families, all of our galactic families, and all the records of all timelines and all humanity. Acknowledging now in this very moment the level of importance, the ambassador that you came to be, the warrior of light that you made the agreement to stand in, and the power that you chose to step into in order to be the record keeper of the crystalline codes within this organic living library where your feet are infused with the bubbling springs. Breathe in now. Feel the importance now of a new level, at a whole new level, this bubbling springs coming up from your feet. You are the library keeper. You are the guardian. You are the teacher, the ambassador, the warrior, the light. You are the essence of all that is. You are the mother birthed in physical form in order to be born of creation so that you can be the steward and the mother of all creation once again. Go into your heart. Feel the amazing honor it is to hold this level of responsibility. That in your heart of hearts, can you say that I acknowledge everything I've lived through in this lifetime, and I would do it again in a heartbeat, just to have the honor of standing here, to take this responsibility and to be the pillar of first cause light here now in living form. And for a moment, allow yourself to tap into your Akashic records. Know that you can tap into your Akashic records right from your heart crystal. It holds all your soul records. And from your Akashic records, I want you just to pull up a hologram of all the lifetimes you've ever lived on every planetary system within this time universe. And I want you just to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. For however many lifetimes it took to get to this very moment, for me to integrate all of this information so that I could stand at this level of responsibility. Thank you. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for the path you walked. Thank you for the knowledge you learned, that you know without a doubt that the only way you could be where you are right now is because it took you lifetimes to acquire all of this information and to come to this path. And you are here now, and just with honor, say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of your other I am presences. We are now joined. We are now in unison. Our information is shared, and proclaim to your higher self, and you can say this out loud: higher self, I command that all Akashic records of my previous I am presences are open to me now. I am an open library. I am an open book. All knowledge, all resources, and all information from any previous or parallel incarnation is now an open access database to me now. I command this now, and so it is. Take a deep breath. And let yourself just fly back to that crystal palace in the higher dimensions, in the higher realms, as the plasma fields create a beautiful light display all around us. And in this crystalline palace, there we all stand in unison together as a group, going through this initiation together. And in the center of all of us, as we are surrounded by the dragon mothers, is a pool of water. And as we circle this pool of water, allow yourself to begin to take your deep breaths in from your tailbone. And keep breathing that fire all the way up. And you're going to breathe it all the way up into your pineal gland and press it into your pineal gland. Commanding to your higher self, say to your higher self, I command, I am ready to awaken the anointed oil within me. Higher self, I command that I am ready to open the awakened oil inside of me. I breathe the breath of life through my chamber up into my third eye. Just press that fire up into that third eye and hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Activate it, activate it, activate it, activate it. Commanding, I command to be the living light of Christ. I command to be the living light of Christ. I command to be a Christi emissary of light for all creation. I command to be a Christic emissary of light for all creation. I command to be a Christed light for all creation. I command to be a crystalline light for all creation. I command to be Kristalla in physical form. I command this now, and so it is. Just imagining with your imagination, imagining yourself just opening up your third eye and allowing the liquid anointment of light to begin to trickle down your central column. And as it does, the pool that is in the middle of us expands around us, and we find ourselves now standing within the crystalline waters of the heavens. And allow yourself to dunk yourself, swim within, that the Christi are synonymous with fish, meaning that to swim within the crystal waters. That the crystal waters are the crystalline plasma fields of the higher dimensional realms, the liquid light. And that we are the beings that have such a high radiance that we can swim through these crystalline waters of plasma light, the emissaries of light. And notice how we find ourselves now just swimming in an infinite sea of this radiance of crystal waters, crystal light, and allow it to move through all of your stations of identity, through your Christic body, and just let it move down through your soul field, your oversoul field, your soul identity, and let it trickle down that channel of light into that physical form that is anchored into the bubbling springs on earth. Allow yourself to bilocate so you can see yourself simultaneously swimming in the fields of the flow of the crystalline waters, yet simultaneously sensing the body down on earth being bathed with the crystal waters, and allow those waters to wash through the third eye, down the throat, purifying the throat, making the declaration now, declaring now that every word that ever comes from this throat are words that uplift and that are infused with the radiance of love. This throat is dedicated to being an emissary of Christic light, and so it is. And let those waters rush down into the heart and flood the entire heart chakra, upgrading the heart, expanding the heart, opening more crystalline petals in the heart. As you make the declaration, declaring now that every intention, every creation, and every magnetic pull that this heart creates within physical form, that it is done within the law of one mission and in service to amplifying the rays of love, the rays of the divine and the Christic divine light on this planet. That in this very I am present moment of now, that this heart is fully and completely recalibrated as the command center of the emissary of light. This is commanded now, and so it is. And I want you to notice that in this moment, should you choose, this is where your higher self walks into you. The command center is now being handed over to your Christic self. And let those crystal waters of light flow down into the third chakra. Making the declaration, declaring now that every intention, every creation, every action, every place where will is exerted in order to manifest in this reality, that all that is ever emanated from this center is in service to the Christ light. This is commanded now, and so it is. And allow those crystal waters to wash down, and notice how they're washing through every aura layer of your body as well. Just notice for a minute how all of your light bodies are being purified and cleansed, and bringing that all the way down into your second chakra. And as it begins to flush through the second chakra, making the command and the declaration that every connection, every emotion, every level of intimacy and openness and creativity and passion and inspiration and imagination that is ever manifested in this reality is now mingled and infused and in service to the law of one mission and as an emissary of Christic light. This is commanded now, and so it is. And letting that river of light flow down into the tailbone and into the mother seed cell. Dearly beloved mother, we thank you for this journey. We thank you for this opportunity. We stand here now as an equal in reverence, in love, and in compassion. We stand here now as an emissary of light, an ambassador for the infinite divine source of all creation. Your job is complete. We are now sisters. You are free, you are free, you are free. I command now, commanding of your higher self, I command now to stand in my sovereignty and in unison. I am one with all. With all, we are one. Take a deep breath and allow that crystalline water to flow down through the bubbling springs, down out your tailbone, down your legs, your toes, your feet, and into the earth, purifying the earth, your earth chakra. Making a declaration to the earth, earth, I see you. Every step I take with reverence and love. Every step I take now as an equal in responsibility to the divine plan and the divine mission of love. I stand here now, fully willing, responsible, and ready. I am an emissary of light. I am you, and you are me, and we are we. We are one. And so it is. Take a deep breath. And as you take that deep breath, find yourself in that pool of water in that crystal palace. And as you emerge out of the water, feel the water dripping down your hair and down your back and down your body and all along you. And it feels like glistening diamonds of light dancing over your skin. Feel your body rejuvenated and upgraded as a light body now. Feel the radiance in your toes and in your hands and in your arms and in your fingers. Notice your form. And as you give great reverence and great thanks to all of the divine beings, all of the guardian races who have been holding the Law of One mission, who have never left our side, we say thank you, thank you, thank you for holding the honorary space for us in order to take this initiation today. We proclaim to stand in our truth as a spiritual adult, an ambassador of love, and an emissary of light. Take a deep breath, and as you do, they join us as we fly back down through the densities, down through the levels of densities, through the star portals and back to Earth. And notice it's as if now you have an entourage around you that you can feel with you. You've opened a new portal. a new channel of communication and access to the higher realms and the guardian races. So just noticing that now, that as you hold the seat as an emissary, that this level of responsibility you hold allows you now full access to your council, to the guardians. That it is your gift now to be in that state of connection, communication, guidance, communicate with them. Seek guidance, follow your heart, infuse all that you do with love. That in all that you do it with love. Take a deep breath. And begin to bring your awareness into your physical form. And as you bring your awareness into your physical form, feel how it is dancing and tingling with those radiant sparkles of light dancing on you. Let that extend as you become aware of the room that you're sitting in, how it feels brighter and lighter, like it's glowing, like it has that radiant essence of the crystalline palace. And slowly beginning to bring your awareness into the bottoms of your feet. Let yourself feel the bubbling springs at a whole new level. And together, as we bring the sacred initiation and circle to a close, saying together 3 times. I am that I am. I am a soul sovereign being, and so it is. I am that I am. I am a soul sovereign being, and so it is. I am that I am. I am a soul sovereign being, and so it is. In the light of the divine, I stand with pride in my heart, the love of the divine, to be an emissary of light. With great love, we bring the sacred initiation to a close. To all the guardian races, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.